So this is really just an inside look on what my day-to-day looks like from the beginning of my day. I'm very, very detailed on how I run my day. Typically in the mornings, I'm coming in doing all of my follow-ups. This is for my clients that I'm either helping them buy a house or sell a house, or investment deals that I have going on. I feel like those important things should always be taken care of at the beginning of the day. Just wanted to show you guys what it looks like, what my day-to-day looks like, and how I go about running my business, and the importance of course, follow-up. Hey, good morning, Miss Carter. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Hey, this is Alvin. I spoke with you Friday. I'm supposed to give you a call back on Monday. Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to follow up with you to kind of go over some of those numbers that I came up with over the weekend. Is it a good time for you to talk right now? Last time when we were talking Friday, you were saying that, you were wanting a little bit north of 200 for the property, correct?
Right.
In order for that 200 price to make sense, they would have to be building a house over $800,000, that they're going to list over $800,000 for that to make sense. And with rates going up and they're predicting another rate hike, that they probably would sit up on the market a little bit longer. Okay, it all depends on where they're situated, what view they have of downtown, if the lot is zoned for commercial, because a lot of that stuff over there is zoned kind of mixed use. So the ones that are zoned mixed use or multifamily, those will be able to go a little bit higher than what yours are. Let's do this. I can follow up with you. Would you want me to follow with you tomorrow? That gives you time to call her and get a schedule that works for both of y'all. All right, so backstory on Mrs. Faith. I actually spoke with her about a year ago from a property that she owned that I was showing to another client in West Dallas that needed to be completely renovated. That property unfortunately didn't work out, but she told me that she had another property that her and her sister inherited that they wanted to sell. Again, I always reiterate that it is extremely important to continue to stay in contact with people. The money is gonna always be in the follow-up, especially when you call in and check in on people and just add value to them, keeping them up to date on what's going on in the area. I spoke with her on last week about the property as a potential lot that I may have wanted to build on, or one of my close friends may have wanted to build on. But after looking at the numbers, it didn't seem like something that we'd be interested in. So pivot and listing the property would be the best bet for her. So we're gonna sit down next week and put a plan together to where we can list that property for her in a booming area here in Dallas. But remember, the money is always in the follow-up. Just because somebody is not ready to make a move right now, you never throw them away. You always find a way to add value to them. Selling your home or property can be a daunting task, but with my expertise and knowledge of the Texas real estate market, I'm here to make this process smooth as possible. I'm Alvin with the Alvin Jr. Real Estate Group. We are a team of experienced agents who have helped countless of people sell their property successfully. Many people make the critical mistake of attempting to sell their property themselves and commonly find themselves missing out on tens of thousands of dollars, or even worse, they find themselves in a legal bind. Sellers are 90% more successful when they hire a real estate professional to sell their home. So leave it to the professionals and allow us to help you navigate this complex process and cash a check that represents the full value of your home. As an expert realtor, I'm here to guide you through the home selling process and get the best possible price for your property. Step 1, reach out to us. The first step is to reach out to us, whether you're ready to sell now or just considering it for the future. We're here to help. We'll answer all of your questions, provide guidance, and help you every step of the way. Step 2, schedule a listing appointment. Once you're ready to move forward, we'll schedule a listing appointment. This is where we'll meet with you, discuss your goals, timeline, and many other details that are important to you. Step 3, During this listing appointment, we'll discuss our marketing strategies, dates to be listed, and your next living arrangements. We'll work with you to create a customized plan that fits your unique situation. Step 4, schedule photos. Once we have a plan in place, we'll schedule professional photos of the property. This is an important step because it allows us to showcase your property in the best possible light and attract potential buyers. Step 5, we'll make the property live on the market. Once the photos are taken, we'll make your property live on the market. We'll use a variety of methods to market your property, including online strategies, open houses, and target advertising. Step 6, go over all the incoming offers. Choose the best one. As the offers start coming in, we'll go over them with you and help you choose the best one that fits you. We'll handle all the negotiations on your behalf and work with you to get the best possible price for your property. Overall, selling your home or property can be a complex process, but with the right agent by your side, it doesn't have to be. I'm here to help you every step of the way, from the initial consultation to closing day. So if you're ready to sell your Texas property, contact me today. Let's work together to get the best possible price for your property. What's up, y'all? This is Alvin with the Alvin Jr. Real Estate Group. This is my go-to inspector,
Corey with Skylight Home Inspection. All right, so your basic home inspection, for those of you that may not be familiar with what the process is, I would compare it to like a diagnostic that one would have done on a car. That's the process that I do for a house. So I'm going to check out the most important components, what a lot of realtors refer as the top 5 and a couple of other things. So I'm going to check out the roof. I'm going to inspect the foundation. I'm going to check out the electrical system, the HVAC system, which is the heat and the AC, as well as the plumbing. So all of those things are going to be checked out. Of course, we inspect the walls, floors, doors, ceiling, you name it, but we want to make sure that everything in the top 5 is operating as intended.
So once that is complete, what we do with that information, Corey sends that report over to myself and my client. He calls and goes over it in detail with us. From there, me and the client gather a very specific list on the things that are important to the home functioning, make that repair amendment and send that off to the sellers so that we can begin negotiating our repairs. All right, so Corey, let them know what you're checking out up there, man.
Well, the furnace, the actual unit that heats your home in most homes, is located in your attic space. So in order to do a proper inspection of the unit, it requires that I get up in the attic. Also in the attic, there's a couple of other things we want to check out, such as the insulation levels. Those are very important in making sure that your home remains energy efficient.
So that insulation is important because in the wintertime, if you don't have proper insulation, it can get too cold, and in the summertime, it can get too hot. Is that correct?
Well, insulation does play a huge part in keeping your house energy efficient.
Okay.
But the most important reason that to have insulation in your attic is because when you run that heat in the winter months and the hot air meets the cold air, moisture is released. Okay. Sort of like when you go to 7-Eleven and you open up the freezer door and you see the fog that comes out. And so if you don't have proper insulation levels in your attic, you're gonna have moisture settling on the backside of your wood, which can lead to wood rot.
Gotcha. Okay. So let me ask you, when we're looking at when you're checking out the hot water heater, what are you looking for with this hot water heater?
Well, the state of Texas requires that I identify the power source, in which case right here we can see that it's also electric.
Okay.
The state of Texas also requires that I let you know the number of gallons that the unit will hold, which we can find right here on the sticker. Of course, obviously, when I go on the inside of the house, I'm going to turn the hot water on and make sure it's actually reaching and achieving a temperature of 120 as well.
Okay. And then as far as the electrical panel, I know that is one of the top 5 that, we want to make sure it's functioning properly. What are we looking at here?
Well, one of the important things that the state of Texas requires that I identify is the amperage of the panel. And as we can see right here, this is a 200 amp panel. This is very important when it comes to knowing the capabilities of your house when it comes to powering your appliances or anything that you may plug in. One of the things that I also am required to do by the state of Texas is to identify the type of wiring, which is very important. Older construction, a lot of times you'll run into aluminum wiring, which can be problematic and cause fires.
Okay. Well, as y'all can see, these are some of the important things that the inspector is looking for while doing the home inspection. These are the things that he reports back to us, which in most cases, 9 times out of 10, we're gonna request that these things be repaired if they are not functioning properly. So I've had several conversations with everybody about the difference in the market for my buyers, even the difference in the market for myself as an investor, right? From 2020 all the way up until today. So as you guys can kind of remember, in 2020, COVID happened, right? What happened in the market with COVID happened? Rates dropped historically low. And everything just blew up, right? So many people were qualified to buy homes. There was just not enough inventory on the market. You know, builders couldn't keep up with the demand. I mean, we had, whereas typically it takes a builder about 9 to 12 months to build a property, there were people waiting a year and a half for their properties to be complete because it was so much demand from that. So 2020 and 2021, we had record low rates. Pricing was going through the roof because the demand was so high. And then boom, what happened last year, right? I seen everything slowing down, but we really felt the shift last summer in 2022, right? I personally felt the shift when I bought an additional investment property to flip, and it seems like immediately, like when the rates started going up, things really slowed down. And then we continue to have rate hikes, right? And when those rates continue to go up, things got slower. So there was less buyers in the market, but then there was also starting to be a little bit more inventory in my area to come on the market. So typically what happens then is you get properties that are sitting a little bit longer, right? Because what happens? There's not as many buyers because of the rates have gone up, and you know, their buying power has gone down since the rates have gone up. And then you mix that in with more inventory on the market. Those few buyers that are in the market have more choices now. Versus 2020 and 2021, people were just trying to get a home. So they were more likely to settle for anything because of the demand and the low supply, right? Versus now, they're not willing to settle for anything because they're like, okay, well, we're paying a higher rate and there's more inventory, so I don't have to settle for anything. So I think those things are very important for sellers to keep in mind when they're thinking about listing their properties. And even when investors are thinking about buying properties to flip and to resell, right? Because you have to be knowledgeable about what you're getting yourself into. So it's important to know where a property is still selling fast. It's important to know what buyers are really going to be looking for and what your bottom line is, because the facts are that properties are not flying off the shelf like they were.